San Diego State 1-0. They stomped Nicholls State 47-zip. That's the result you want. If you're an Aztecs fan, now San Diego State gets ready for a trip to Las Cruces to battle the Aggies of New Mexico State. Now joining us, one of the star receivers over there on the Mesa, DeMarco Sampson, is nice enough to be with us on the drive. DeMarco, great to have you on the show. How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. You got on practice, so it's a good feeling.
Now, after one game, did you learn anything new about this team?
We're tougher than we expected. You know, we had a rough camp. You know, it was kind of lengthy. And we just came into this game. You know, we weren't looking to show anybody anything. We just wanted to play 11-man football, and we did.
DeMarco, this is Mark. You're sort of the veteran of all veterans. I mean, you've been up there. I think this is your 6th or 7th year up there on the Mesa. You know, when you look over your career stats, you know, 04 didn't play, 05 you caught 6 balls, 06, 07 you were hurt, 08 you caught 11 balls. I mean, it took you from high school, 5-6 years before you were a regular player. What's that like to have to really sit out that long or not be, in high school you were touching the ball all the time, making plays, to go that long and really stick with it? What's it take mentally to sort of hang in there for that long?
Well, you become a student of the game, really. You do more film, you watch more film than anything. And I think I spent more time with Coach Mack than any other person in the school. So, I looking back on it, the time off the field kind of made me a better player than it would if I was on the field.
Well, DeMarco, throughohout the coaching changes, did you ever get discouraged? Did you ever think, maybe San Diego State's not the place for me?
No, not at all. Coach Mack, like I said, Coach Mack has been there for me from the beginning. He kept me motivated. It was at times where I felt like, I couldn't play how I used to play. And he was the first person to, pick me up besides my mom. He was the first person to, keep me motivated and keep me on track.
You've been there for, I believe, 3 different head coaches. And, every head coach has a different philosophy and imposes his sort of will and his personality on the team. What is it about Coach Hoke that's different from the previous 2 coaches? How is this team different, and how is it sort of taken on his personality?
This team's different because Coach Hoke shows that he loves each and every person, individually. He's the most passionate coach I've ever been around. And he shows it every day. Like it seems like it never gets old to him. So I think that carries over to us coming out every day to practice. Seeing him, he's as happy as if it's his birthday. So I think it just carries over and we all want to play for him.
Absolutely, that's what fans love to hear. He is DeMarco Sampson, Aztecs senior receiver. There was a great story in the UT about you and Vincent Brown, the 1-2 punch, the dynamic duo. How important has it been to have a teammate like that, even though he's younger than you, to have a support system of a guy who is going to help you out on the field?
Well, and like you just said, he's younger, so for a while it took me a while to start learning from him because me being the older guy, the ego. So it's kind of like I had to sit back and just kind of watch him, watch his demeanor and watch how something goes wrong. He doesn't put his head down. He keeps fighting through anything there is. So. He's just a good person to be around.
So, got to ask you, can you do the Icky shuffle? Because it's your mom's cousin, right?
Yes.
Is Icky Woods?
No, I've never learned how to do that. We asked our uncles to teach us a long time ago, and he wouldn't teach us. He didn't know how to do it either.
You wouldn't?
No, yeah.
Did you watch him play? Do you remember watching him play?
No, I've never seen him play.
DeMarco, as you guys get ready for New Mexico State, is there a difference going from a 1AA opponent like Nicholls State to saying, all right, it should be more of a challenge going on the road? Do you guys expect maybe a different sort of experience where this is the first road trip together as a team against a D1 opponent, even though New Mexico State's been down?
No, not at all. We're treating every game like it's our last game. Everybody across the nation says it, but that's exactly how we're treating it. We're treating this game like if we were playing TCU or Utah. There's no opponent's bigger than any other opponent on our schedule.
There was some criticism of you guys playing Nicholls State. Obviously, you don't make the schedules. You just have to go line up and play whoever's out there. But, that's from one of my colleagues, Nick Canepa. It was pretty hard on you guys about, shouldn't have played that game, and it didn't really show anything. Do you guys kind of want to play a real legitimate team? I know you don't want to look ahead, but do you guys really want to prove to people that you guys can play and compete now against some of these, quote-unquote, more legitimate Division I teams?
Well, I mean, of course, any competitor, they're going to want to play the bigger teams, but we'll have our time. Our opportunity to play, a bigger school, as they say, it's going to come up. So we're just going to take it one day at a time.
Talking to DeMarco, Sampson, Aztecs coming off a nice win over Nicholls State. We read the story about Aaron Wellman, the strength and conditioning coach. Would you say, hands down, this team is in the best shape all around since you've been at San Diego State?
Oh yeah, hands down. Not only within the weight room, it's the discipline and everything. If you come to our practice, you'll see guys. This is the most disciplined that we've ever been since I've been here, since I was a freshman.
How important is that, though, in the fourth quarter of a game? I know we just hear you guys are lifting weights and running, staying in shape, which is what we expect as college football fans. But in the fourth quarter, I mean, I have to imagine that that's the time you need to be in shape.
Oh yeah, I mean, the fourth quarter, that's when a lot of games are won. A lot of times, like road games, they come down to the last. They'll come down to the last 2 minutes of the game, 2-minute drill. You might need a field goal to win the game, or you might need 10 points to win the game. So I think that's where Coach Woman, kicks in. He's real big on finishing workouts and finishing runs.
You've been at San Diego State through this bowl drought, and it probably it hits home more to you than a guy who might be a freshman or sophomore, maybe just one or two other years didn't go. But I mean, every year you've been up there, San Diego State has not gone to a bowl game. How important is it for you personally to go to one? And would you consider this season a disappointment if you don't go to a bowl game?
Well, of course we want to go to a bowl game, but I mean we have a bigger goal in mind, and our goal is to win the Mountain West. That's the only goal we're focusing on right now. We know if we play like we can and play like we're supposed to, then we'll go to a bowl game. But our main goal is to win the Mountain West.
But for you personally, I mean, would it be sort of a nice way to end a career after putting in so much time and being, as you spoke before, about being so patient and having to wait and wait and wait?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm from San Diego, so to have my mom, have my parents, have all my coaches from Castle Park, or have any friends and family that just come down and watch us play in the bowl game and watch us get a victory, that would be like a dream come true.
Hey, DeMarco, as you know, there's a long list of Aztecs receivers in the NFL recently. You've seen Chad Schillens with the Raiders. You've seen Tolver, Osgood, Webb. The list goes on. And Swain, in all honesty, do you think about the NFL? Do you even allow yourself to think about the next level?
No, not at all. Not right now. I mean, at the end of last semester, when we didn't know if I was going to come back or if they were going to give me my year, yeah, I mean, I thought about it. But as soon as I came back, like Coach Woman, he's about discipline. He's about training your mind as well as your body about, our goals at hand.
DeMarco, before you go, I wanted to ask you about attendance. Is that something that the team talks about when you look around the stands at Qualcomm Stadium, or is it just simple, if we win, they will come?
Yeah, it's simple. Fans don't want to come see you lose. So, I mean, the more we win, the more they come. And that's what we're just going to keep trying to get victory so we can see how much we can fill up the queue.
Hey, DeMarco, what's your favorite route and why?
Oh, that's easy. It's just a go pattern.
Just go?
I just like to go.
It's simple like that. And Lindley can hit you. Ryan has a cannon.
Yeah, no. He has the biggest arm I ever played with.
Is that right?
I've never played with a quarterback that can throw that far. So it's pretty, that's why I just like running under him,
What a luxury. And he's got a top target like yourself. DeMarco, enjoy Las Cruces. We're wishing you guys nothing but success. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Good luck.
DeMarco Sampson.